Hello, students, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Julie. As you already know, tonight in this lesson, we're going to be looking at countable and uncountable nouns. Now, these are very important nouns, and this is very important to know, and you're going to see why. So many students get very confused with countable and uncountable nouns. I don't know why. It's so easy. In this lesson, I will give you many examples so that you can learn how to use these nouns correctly and with confidence. Countable nouns are nouns that can be counted, hence the name countable nouns. For example, horses, pencils, ships, windows, stores, gorillas, desks, trucks, guitars, students, elephants, singers, workers, bridges, and machines. All of these nouns, you can count them, right? Notice the S on the noun, which makes it plural and countable. So that's an easy way to know if your noun is countable or not. Does it have an S? If so, it is countable most of the time. So we use many with countable nouns. For example, here are some sample sentences for you. There are many new stores downtown. We can count the number of stores. I saw many ships on the ocean. We can count the ships on the ocean. We need many workers for this project. Let's say we need 5 and we can count them. We have too many desks in the classroom, so we can count the desks. Your kids have so many toys. She has many friends at school. They don't have many books to read. There are many possibilities. Many students failed the exam. There are many gorillas at the zoo. Like this guy. But we have a few irregular nouns in English, such as, you already learned some of these. Child is singular and children is plural. Foot, feet, moose, moose stays the same. Ox, oxen, fish, fish is the same. Man, men, woman, women, person, people, mouse, mice, tooth, teeth, deer, deer, sheep, sheep, goose, geese. So these are plural nouns, but they're irregular and they're still countable. So even though they don't have an S, they're still countable because you can count the number of children, you can count the number of feet, you can count the number of mice and teeth and deer and sheep and fish and geese. You can count all of those things. So even though they're irregular, they're still countable. You will notice that these irregular nouns do not have an S to make them plural. However, they are still plural and countable, like I just said. We use many with these irregular countable nouns because we can still count them. Okay, let's look at some samples with these irregular nouns. There are not many fish in the lake. We saw many deer in the field. There are many mice in the barn because we can count them. Too many people took advantage of the situation. Many children were absent from school today. There were many women, but not many men at the event. We saw many moose crossing the road. The dentist had to remove many teeth. Ouch. We've all been there. There are many sheep in the field. Many geese fly south for the winter. Most of us have 2 feet, not many feet. Look at those cute little feet. Oh. Most nouns are countable in English, but there is a long list of uncountable nouns. As you know, these nouns must be memorized. And I know you guys don't like memorizing things, but these nouns must be memorized. So let's look at some uncountable nouns. Oh, here's a little list. So let's see what we have here that is uncountable. Soap, bread, meat, butter, honey, air, anger, grass, oil, time, light, smoke. Can't count any of these things. Luggage, salt, sugar, money, thunder, luck, fear, sadness, rice, hair, trouble, courage, rain. You cannot count the rain. Pepper, water, work, music, snow, love, cake, sand, room, help, sleep, news. Now this one has an S, but it's always singular, news. Gold, advice, wind, joy, mail, coffee, stuff, traffic, dust, fun, music. I already said music. I said it here and here. Sorry about that. Equipment, garbage, information, lightning, research, homework, happiness, jewelry, furniture, evidence, progress, enthusiasm. And because I like you guys so much, here are a few more. Knowledge, patience, intelligence, wildlife, education, freedom, maturity, machinery, mustard, clothing, enjoyment, and relaxation. So all of these words, all of these nouns cannot be counted for now, but maybe later in the lesson, we'll be able to count them. Well, let's see. So we use much with uncountable nouns. Let's look at some sample sentences. She must be tired. She doesn't have much patience today. He said he worked on it all day, but I don't see much progress. I don't want too much mustard on my hot dog. Just a little bit, please. They knew we were struggling, but they didn't offer much help. She didn't give us much information, so we don't know when and where the event will be held. Hurry, we don't have much time. There was not much snow on the ski hills last year. The arrival of our first grandchild brought us so much happiness. Who wouldn't be happy with this first grandchild? Look at that little adorable baby, so cute. I didn't call you because I didn't have much news to tell you. So here I'm mentioning it again. News always has an S, but it is singular. So you have to treat it as a singular, uncountable noun. He doesn't have much knowledge about international affairs. I went to the casino last night, but I didn't have much luck. There was so much rain last night, and now all my flower beds are flooded. There is not much oil in the lawnmower. You should add a little more. I don't want much sugar in my coffee, just half a teaspoon, please. There is so much dust in this house. There was much sadness in the company when he announced that he would be resigning. Please don't put too much pepper in the soup. It makes me sneeze. You can never have too much education. Oh boy, imagine learning that. You think English is difficult. Look at that. The kids didn't have much fun at the beach because it was very cold and windy that day. I felt so much love and appreciation from my supporters. Not much research was done on this topic. Fortunately, there is not much work to do on the house. There are ways to make some countable nouns countable. For example, we couldn't proceed because we didn't have much evidence. So here it's uncountable. The detectives gathered several pieces of evidence at the crime scene. So if you want to put evidence in the plural, you can put words before it, like several pieces of evidence. Then it becomes plural. She doesn't have much jewelry. I bought a few pieces of jewelry at the garage sale. So once again, jewelry, we can make it plural by saying a few pieces of jewelry. You made too much rice. Rice is uncountable, but sometimes we want to count it. There are approximately 6,000 grains of rice in 1 cup. So there, we put it plural. 6,000, I counted them. No, I didn't. My English teacher gives me too much homework. None of my students have ever said that. Never. I have 3 homework assignments to work on this weekend. So if you want to put homework, plural, you can say 3 homework assignments because you can count them then. I didn't see much lightning during the storm last night. Lightning is uncountable, but we can say I saw several bolts of lightning during the storm last night. So here we can count the bolts of lightning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bolts of lightning. It's a lot. He has a small yard, so he doesn't have much grass to cut. So here, grass is uncountable. I planted some seeds last week, and now I am starting to see a few new blades of grass sprouting up. So if you want to put grass, plural, we'll call them blades of grass, just like these. These are blades of grass, and we can count them if we wanted to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 25 blades of grass. This gym doesn't have much equipment. The gym recently purchased several new pieces of equipment. So to put equipment plural, pieces of equipment. And there it is, a new piece of equipment right here. And there's one over there, probably a few over there. Good. She didn't have much advice to give me. She gave me a few good pieces of advice. My husband doesn't have much hair left. So in English, we cannot count hair. Your hair is singular. But you can say, I found 2 hairs on my plate. So individual hairs, then you can count them. There is not much light in this room. Please turn on all the lights, then they're countable. There is not much butter in the pan. I need 2 tablespoons of butter for this recipe. You don't need much soap to wash the dishes. She makes and sells bars of soap. I ate so much cake on my birthday. I bought 2 cakes at the bakery. There is so much sand in my shoes. You can never count all the grains of sand on the beach. Who would want to? We don't eat much meat. There are 10 pieces of meat on the barbecue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I counted them before I wrote the sentence, just to be sure. There is not much water in the pool. Water is not countable. You can add a few buckets of water. Now we can count the water in buckets. He doesn't have much furniture in his apartment. You cannot count furniture, strange it is as it is. We bought a few new pieces of furniture for our apartment. Oh, that looks lovely. See all these different pieces of furniture. That's one piece, that's another piece, that's a piece, there's another piece. Those are all pieces of furniture. In some cities, there is so much garbage on the streets. Garbage is non-countable, uncountable. You can put the bags of garbage in the bin. Look at all the garbage. Terrible. I don't normally eat much bread. With bread, we can put it plural by saying you need 3 slices of bread to make this sandwich. Please buy 2 loaves of bread at the grocery store. Make this nice sandwich with 1, 2, 3 pieces of bread. There is not much honey left in the jar. I usually put 2 teaspoons of honey in my tea. She travels with so much luggage. There are 3 pieces of luggage in my trunk. There is not much lettuce left in the fridge. Please pick up a couple of heads of lettuce at the grocery store. To make lettuce plural, we call them heads of lettuce. I don't think he has much money, so I left this one for last because, of course, you're going to think, of course we can count money, but actually money is just too big to count. So we break it down into smaller pieces of money to be able to count them. He only has $20, so we can count the dollars. I found 2 quarters on the street, so we can count those quarters. There are many pennies in the jar. We can count the pennies. What can I buy with 3 nickels? Of course, we can count the nickels. She gave the child 5 dimes to buy some candies. So as long as you break down the money, then you can count it. Uncountable nouns are singular. Therefore, they must be used with a singular verb. For example, the information you gave me is incorrect. So information is uncountable. It requires a singular verb. The wind is strong today. Maturity comes with experience. The snow melts in the spring. The oil needs to be changed. Gold is expensive. The furniture was damaged during delivery. My coffee is too hot. Your jewelry needs to be cleaned. Trouble is his middle name. Her hair is really long. My money is in the bank. The traffic was really heavy this morning. The mail is still in the mailbox. Rice requires consistent irrigation. Your advice was really helpful. Wildlife is protected by conservation groups, and it's a good thing too. Look at those beauties. Water keeps us alive. Freedom is priceless. So we use a singular verb with uncountable nouns. Clothing is a form of self-expression. Look at her outfit. Looks lovely. Different, but lovely. So that was a big lesson, and there are many things to learn and memorize. I agree, but there is some good news. Ready for the good news? If you forget whether you are supposed to use much or many, you can use a lot of instead of much or many, and you will be right all the time. For example, there are a lot of apples on the tree. So apples are countable. We can use a lot of. We don't have to say many. There is a lot of water on the floor. Water, uncountable, and we can use a lot of, and that's fine too. We don't have to use much. She has a lot of jewelry. We have a lot of items on sale this week. He will be in a lot of trouble for what he did. She has a lot of purses in her collection. We met a lot of people at the conference. There was a lot of wind on the lake. There are a lot of dogs at the park today. You have a lot of mail today. I ate a lot of cookies. That's a true story. We see a lot of smoke in the distance. He really has a lot of courage. I listen to a lot of music. We support our candidate with a lot of enthusiasm. There are a lot of examples in this exercise. True story. I watched a lot of videos on your YouTube channel, just like that one there. Good job, guys. So we're done that lesson of countable and uncountable nouns. That was easy. Just follow those little rules and you'll be fine. If that video helped you and you learned something, you can put a like on the video. You can subscribe to the channel for more lessons. You can leave a comment down below, ask a question, or just say hello. If you guys need to improve your English quickly, you can get yourselves a copy of Basic English. This is the 4th edition. How do we know that? It's written right here at the top. So you want to look for the 4th edition because I always told you guys to get the 3rd edition, but now the 4th edition is out. Published and distributed by McGraw-Hill everywhere in the world. You can find it online and especially on Amazon. This is a great workbook that'll bring you right through to your different levels of learning English. So many things to do in here, so many lessons, exercises, verb tenses, vocabulary building, review exercises. The answer key is at the back to support you while you are learning. If you get a copy of this book, I want you to start on the first page, complete every page right through to the end of the book. And if you guys need help with your verb tenses, and everybody tells me they need help with their verb tenses, I don't know why, so easy. You can get a copy of this one. This is English verb tenses, available online. You'll find it also on Amazon, of course. A great workbook full of the exercises to help you not perfect, but master your English verb tenses. I want you guys to start on the first page, complete every page right through to the end of the workbook. The answer key is at the back to support you while you are learning. Okay, so that's all I have to say for tonight. That was a big lesson. I hope you understood. I think you did. So for now, I'm going to start working on your next lesson. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm going to figure it out for you. So for now, I'm going to wish you a pleasant evening, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Good night for now.